Guys, welcome back to my channel. Decided to make a video about this very cool vintage Marantz portable cassette recorder player. 3 heads, as you can see. This is model, I'll show you the box. It actually had a box, model PMD 222. See, made in Japan. So I found this at the bins actually, and as you guys know, I love electronics, and that's kind of one of my favorite things to source. And I will run into this kind of stuff at the bins sometimes, and some of the videos I'll show you will be some of those, which is, in my opinion, cool electronics, vintage cool electronics that you don't find every time. So this actually I listed as partially tested because it has some issues in my opinion, which I kind of disclosed in the listing. I listed it on eBay. It sold for $161 plus shipping, and I'll show you just, I'm not gonna put a cassette where it has some kind of music on it. It's an empty cassette that is, you know, most likely it doesn't have anything on it, because I know it doesn't, so I don't get any YouTube strikes for copyright. So anyway, it uses this Marantz AC adapter that you plug in onto the side, 4.5 volts. And I did test it out before listing to see at least if it's gonna play, or just rewind, fast forward, just normal tests. And this unit has a lot of features. I'll show it to you when I'm done showing you this part. So the jack actually works. So you put the tape this way, and then close the cover. Sorry guys if I'm a little bit slow, but I'm just gotten back from the hospital and had some kind of idea to make this video, because usually I'm not in the mood nowadays, but decided to make this video for you guys so you can see some cool electronics, and I'll make those types of videos. I think those may be cool for content, possibly for someone. But so you plug it in, and in this case, I mean, you can just press play. As you can see, both knobs are turning. Also, counter also works, because I did test that part. It has VU level indicator at the top. I forgot what this does actually. I read about it on the manual, but I forgot already. So guys, I'm sorry. This is for XLR microphone that you can record by speaking into it, and it's gonna record. I didn't test record function on it, but as you can see, if you press play, it will play. I kind of thought one of the knobs was stalling on either fast forward or reverse or rewind. I did test it just now before packing it, because I'll ship it out today, but as you can see, kind of looks like it's normal, but I saw some stalling going on sometimes. So that's why whenever you list electronics, guys, some sellers will put in fully tested, as you know, but I usually use this kind of wording with caution, because most buyers who buy this kind of stuff, at least most of them I think, are knowledgeable with this equipment. And especially the older one with cassette recorders, players, portable Walkmans players, which are not that complicated to test. This one has more features, of course, so to be cautious, I listed it as partially working. It still sold fast. If you list this particular model, you can check on eBay, fully tested, in good working condition with no issues. They do sell for around 300, and I saw some sold comes for even more. You can check, double check, because I don't remember. But so I did rewind. Now let's do fast forward. Seems like it's working, like I said, but you never know, guys. You know, electronics electronics all together as category. Not just on eBay, but Amazon, everywhere. They're kind of risky to sell because there are certain people, buyers, that may scam you and tell you that something is not working if you put in fully tested. Then you have to make sure also that they're not gonna, open it up and use some parts from it. Even when you list them on Amazon, parts are not working. That category, that condition for parts are not working, you can still have a return. It doesn't matter on eBay, as you know. So it's just to be cautious. Just if you want to test them fully and you know how to properly do it, and spend time, depending on how much this is worth, because on this unit it is worth it. Because at the bins I paid, it's 69 cents a pound for electronics. So this weighs in this box, which I've shown you, 5 pounds. So you can do the math how much I paid, around $5, 5 maybe 50 for it. And when you find stuff like that anywhere, if you can buy it for low cost, you can do it, because even for parts or repair, it's still gonna sell if it's a good brand, and it will sell to people who most likely will try to repair it, or there are some scammers who will of course buy it, use certain parts, and then open up returns saying, we cannot use it because those particular parts don't work, and you listed it as for parts are not working. So it's kind of a dabbling in terms of different opinions on this particular situation. But you're familiar with it, you watch content that a lot of content creators put out. I usually put out this kind of stuff that I love, and as you guys know, I don't put out same type of videos because I don't like it. It's my mentality. I cannot change myself. That's how I am, and I'm not gonna change. So as you saw just now, I'm not gonna talk too much about the stuff, but as you see, fast forward rewind function does work. Also, you can check if you're gonna test those players. Also, make sure to put in cassette in properly. Don't try to hurry up and push it in. You're gonna break something. Very gentle players, guys, with everything. Those older technology, even though this is very good quality, made in Japan stuff, still just be careful with it. So we'll do play again, and see, it looks like this one is stalling a little bit, but I disclosed it so buyer knows. So you can check pause. See, I pressed on pause and it paused it. Now you press pause again and it's playing. And can also do record, which I said. Counter, I checked it does it. You can see it works. VU indicator, VU level works. I don't have XLR microphone to test, because XLR microphones you can plug it in and test it by recording it. Also, it has very cool feature here. Back in the day, if you had like older rotary phones with RJ11 jack, you can plug it in and record most likely your conversation on this Marantz, which is a very cool feature. As you can see, it has different input selectors and decibel levels that you can choose for microphone. I can like select which decibel level you want to be at. Also, this is memory rewind. I don't remember what it does specifically. It has also speed selector for a cassette. You can play it at slow speed, low, or STD, regular. Or what is it, STD? I think it's STD. I don't see good. Even with glasses, guys. Oh, speeds here, right here. So now let me show you something that you need to check on them when you find them, because most of them do have this stuff on either on the back or here on the bottom, which is a battery compartment. So this one, as you can see right away, when I found it, I saw those stains. It means right away that batteries have been blown out, which is kind of not surprising on those older technology players. There were three. Those are D batteries, 1.5 volts, and you can see how badly it got corroded. The other one I threw out was even worse. So what will happen is this stuff will start leaking, of course, which probably already happened many years ago, and there will be staining from this, the residue which will be left over from those blown batteries that are leaked. It will go into those spring for the battery compartment, the connector. I forget what it's called, guys, sorry. But usually what will happen is some of that residue will go, when it blows up, of course, when it starts leaking, the residue will get into this hole, and then if you shake the unit, it doesn't matter if it's this unit or any unit, it will feel like something is rattling. And a lot of the times, guys, believe me, you need to disclose this. Not a lot of the times, all the time in a listing. Because usually, and I ran into this all the time, because I don't usually make videos about this stuff, guys, as you know, on my channel. And that's why I spend a lot of time, guys, on listing those types of electronics properly, trying to see if they can be fully tested by me the way I want them to be tested, or I'll decide not to fully test them and just do regular type of simple test, like I've shown you with playing, rewinding, fast forwarding, pause, ejecting, and maybe connecting headphones, microphone, which is not, if I have one like that. Also, if you want, you can check with batteries. If you put D batteries in there, 3 batteries, and test it with batteries if you want, after you clean out this compartment. But what happens usually when the batteries leak out, the residue gets hard, it will form, and some of it will fall down into those little holes and it will start rattling. It's gonna rattle. If you shake it, it's gonna rattle. Sometimes you can get it out by just shaking it. It's gonna those players don't shake them too hard, because they're gonna break everything else on them because they're very fragile. So if you can get this out, if it's worth your time to try to get it out, so when the buyer gets it, they will open it, and then when they kind of move it, they'll hear something rattling, so right away it'll be an issue. They'll say, well, something was already rattling, so it got damaged in shipping, you didn't disclose it in your listing. So that's one of the things that you need to do. But the residue I disclosed. I wrote in the listing that there is this residue or staining or whatever you can call it, doesn't matter. As long as the buyer sees it on the pictures in your listing, you're good. And compartment itself, always check. Doesn't matter, because most of the time, if there were batteries in those units, they will be already blown out or leaked. Some of them get so bad that they can get stuck to the plastic. You will have to scrape it out. So you're spending time again. Like I said, that's why a lot of people don't like to pick up electronics, because of there are so many things that you need to do. And I know how to list those things and describe them, so that I feel comfortable about it, because it has to be done the way I like to do it myself. So it's hard for me to explain to you guys, but I've been doing it for a while, so already have experience with it. And so this is cover for the compartment. Also it had issues, which I had to remove this foam a little bit, because it was all white with the residue. And so anyway, this is actually very cool unit. I sold it for $161, and comes with a manual. The manual had some highlights in it also. Previous owner definitely took care of this unit, except the battery compartment, which is, it says it doesn't matter how good you treat your electronics, or in the past whoever was using them, people tend to forget how to remove batteries. And actually it's kind of cool because it has a shoulder strap that you can put on those holders here, and you can actually carry it like boombox. See, you put it here on here, and this actually was never removed. Even rubber band already it's so old it just got worn out. So, but it's kind of cool to find this kind of unit with a box and manual and all the stuff. And I just wanted to just make this video for you guys to be kind of careful with certain things when you list those types of electronics. There are different types of course, as you can find. The battery compartment part is always tricky. You can clean it out with the Zapropil alcohol, with Goo Gun. You can clean out those connectors inside. Some of it you cannot. Like this, I tried different things. You can most likely if you wanna damage the paint on it. I just decided to disclose it. It is stained like this, and I knew it's from the batteries because I knew right away the batteries are here, so it leaked out to here and on the inside. But the good thing, when even if it leaked out on the inside, it didn't damage. As you saw me trying to play cassette, it didn't damage the main things on it. So it's kind of nice that at least it's somewhat I was able to partially test it out and listed it as partially tested. So anyway guys, hopefully you're doing great. I will try to put some interesting content onto here whenever I feel in normal conditions. Right now it's hard for me because I'm going through different stages of mood swings with my health, and I don't trust my health right now like I used to. It's kind of hard for me to my brain is not cooperating right now anymore. Like I would say, I would feel like I'm kind of, you know, feel better. Sometimes I will be feeling better, but then like a couple hours later again, like I have like, you know, cannot even explain it. So it's kind of back and forth, and it's hard because I just don't want to talk about it on that channel, about the health problems. Nobody likes it, you know, and it is what it is, guys. You know, it's hard for each person who has certain issues. It's hard to talk about it, believe me. It's psychological and beats you down inside. It's like you cannot control this, and that's what's scary about it, you know. Everyone hopefully understands. And for me, like I said, I'm kind of always trying to be cheerful, but then this thing comes up, and again, like my mood just completely goes down, and like that's why I don't sleep normally. That's why everything is like not kind of the way where I can concentrate on things like I want, like I know I can, you know. So that's why it's happening. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay healthy, stay safe, and be prosperous. Take care.